Hey guys, welcome back to the 5-Hour Show. I'm your host Raymond, and today we have yet another unboxing. But as I mentioned before, I'm trying to get back into the projects. So I had come across these. The prices were a little higher, but I thought they were decent for what they are. These are vintage toys here, and they're very cool vintage toys. So before I crack them open, I just wanted to let you know that, yeah, I dropped the Scorponok video. That tail just shattered. I couldn't believe it. I had just replaced it. I twisted the tail, and it's right on video. You saw that. What a fail. So I'm trying to look for some washers, plastic washers, metal washers. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I need to repair those tails. But anyway, by now you've seen the cheapest playset ever, which I thought is, it's kind of funny. It's very cool. That playset is cool, but one of the things that I didn't check and I wanted to check was, is it paintable? And I do want to paint part of it just to check it. I mean, it's a buck, right? It's not going to hurt. So I wanted to paint it, see what colors you can come up with, see what you can do with it. But anyway, what we have here are a couple of vintage toys, very cool ones, and I want to crack them open. And I wanted to show you something about these vintage toys that I may have mentioned in a previous video, and how one of them, actually, when I looked at it closer, it reminded me of something else. So let's get to it. So I don't know which one is which. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a penny by its toe. If it hollered, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So, well, which one was the mo? Anyway, so let's get cracking. We'll start with this one. And don't know what it says, but it says thank you. So, okay, so there's that one. But okay. Backer board, not bad. All right, and then let's crack the other one open. You're like, no fair, you didn't. And again, same deal. Thank you. It's I've been trying to find. I've been trying to find some older toys. And these are some of those older toys. So in Japan, it's getting tougher and tougher. And here we go. So as you can see here, I bought some Microman toys. That's right, guys. So one of the things about the previous lot of Microman robot toys that I bought was I hadn't noticed it, or I did maybe, but I have these two already. But the thing is that the one I have, for some reason, somehow, one of the pegs is broken and it's attached onto another robot. And when I noticed that, I said, what? So they must have tried to combine it and snapped it by accident, of course. But I thought, okay, well, that's it happens. These are vintage toys, so I'm sure these arms would snap easily. And this one is in really nice condition. It's not so bad. And I don't know if you can make it out, but it's right around there, right here. It says Takara only. That's all it says. There is no date. Hasbro doesn't exist yet. So so yeah, and when you look at the old Microman robot toys, look at the aesthetic. It's all Takara. Look at that. Just nice detail. Beautiful details on these robots. The faces have that pre-transformer face. That, That could be a jump starter. That could be the face of, one of the clones, Decepticon clones. That face could also match maybe, well, not close to, but maybe, Frenzy or Rumble, something like that. So yeah, it's that aesthetic is really cool. The arms are really nice. And in this case, this piece is the blue paint on the metal. This is metal, is in really, really decent condition. So this is a beautiful piece. So the one I want to repair is my older one. That's why I got a new one. And then here's the other one that I thought was very cool. And when I noticed it even closer, and here's the, see if I can make it out right there. It says Takara. So yeah, this one, very strange color scheme, very cool though. However, the black, the red, so they all have the red, but it's the black, the red, and the army green. Again, the legs are in great shape. It does have some wear on the black paint, which is not so bad. But when I was inspecting my original lot and I noticed the face of this particular green one, and as I looked at it closer and closer, and it's kind of hard to tell right there, maybe, if you can see. This Microman, the face of this robot is just the, it has the remarkable resemblance of the Decepticon symbol. It's like it's Soundwave and it's the Decepticon symbol all at once. You true Transformer fans would know what I'm talking about. That face is just, I thought it was so incredible. And so I'll tell you this, guys. These robots, I guess, this is part of the Robot 7 combiner. And the problem with it is that all it is these are just robots. And then when they combine, the transformation for these is just to, fold them back. And in this case, I think it's to do that. And I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's what it is. And then it lands on a foot plate, and I'm not even 100% sure how it connects to the foot plate, but it lands on a foot plate. Then there's this other contraption, kind of like the G1 Devastator purple clip for the legs. So it has that attachment. Then it attaches two other of these types of robots. And then there's another type of large attachment where there's a Microman that fits in there. And it's kind of like this weird puzzled first gen combiner that is just like a massive amount of just, piling on it. So it's not really a combiner. It is, but it isn't. It's just very, very strange. And so what I'm trying to get to, I'll beat around the bush, is that to find those parts is, even in Japan here, oh my goodness, it is damn near impossible to find parts for those toys. So I'm going to be realistic. I'm not going to find those parts. And I looked up just a, semi-complete boxed one. The price is astronomical, man. I mean, we're talking, $600 to $800 Japanese yen. So it'd be about $500 to $600. And it's not even complete. It's not mint. The box is torn, the styrofoam. So can you imagine a mint complete specimen? If you could even find it, the price is just, it's probably way up there. I'm talking about a couple of grand, if not $5,000 or so. So, and in Japan, some of these beautiful specimens, they are just insane amounts of money. And so, as I mentioned before, I've given up. Well, not given up. Really didn't even try. I kind of knew that I'm not going to find a complete piece, a complete robot, Microman Robots 7. So I'm not even going to try. I already know. These each have individual unique guns. Not going to get them. Nope. And then there's like missiles and launching fists and small little bullets. And I mean, there's just, and then there's these contraptions, as I mentioned, parts, rare parts. I'm just not going to find them. I'm not going to say never. God is almighty and he may grant them for me, but don't need them. I'm fine. So my project that I do want to do, and it's not even that hard. It's one screw and a couple of things that we got to do. But one of the things that I want to do is I want to replace this piece here, repaint it blue, and do details on the face and give it this body, but with that chest. So I'm not even 100% sure what I'm doing exactly, but I do want to make the sound wave blue. So it is a cool one, but I'm okay with it. It was 1,300 yen shipped, not a bad price. This robot will then become part of that robot. I don't know how that's gonna work. I am thinking about it, and I think it'll look nice. But yeah, that's what I want to do. So these Microman robots are getting harder to find, but they are very cool. And then again, here's the play set. And I put this Frankenstein combiner there. Hint, hint. And you just put these robots in there. And the playset just, it just looks so cool, Here. So the playsets and then the Microman robots, it just looks so cool, even with the G1 Transformers, because I know you saw the Kabaya kits, but the G1 Transformers, they fit pretty good, they do look nice. And as I mentioned before, it's got, it's more of a Bandai Gundam aesthetic, but it does fit the Takara aesthetic as well. It does look like it would work. And so, yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention about the playset was that it's really, really easy to store it away, disassemble it and store it away. It's compact. It'd fit in a little tiny box. You disassemble everything, really easy to store away. So anyway, that does it for today's I guess unboxing, because that's what it was really. But yeah, these really cool toys, these Japanese transforming, they do transform into blocks and stuff, but they're really kind of useless. So if I turn Soundwave here, he could turn into that weird telephone booth thing, but it doesn't work. You G1 fans know what I'm talking about. But it's there's that telephone booth thing, on Cybertron, Disclosure averted. So yeah, but anyway, these are really cool. I do like them, and this one is in really nice condition. They're so nice. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I am, as I mentioned before, I am trying to get back on the horse and do some projects. But anyway, so these are really, really cool Japanese Takara robots. They are great for army building, Transformer soldiers. You could put your Decepticon Autobot faction sticker on either of them, and they would be great as background fodder, as Megatron would say. But anyway, that does it for today's show. Tiny little unboxing demonstration of the playset again with G1. With that, I say God bless you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, Jesus Christ loves you. Love one another. Take care, guys. Be careful out there. And I'll gladly see you guys on the next episode of 5 Hour Show. Have a good one.